It's only for professionals. You know they call them great whites for a reason, right? Want me to push it?
Oh, sure.
There you go, see? Vans come in handy. And he's on his way to find new land. Man, you make that look easy. Yeah, I'll leave that to you, man. Not for me. Not for me. Yeah, it's not that far. You get out there by tomorrow. You got this. I believe in you.
1 mile out in Galveston Bay lies the ruins of an old concrete ship that was built during World War I. This is the SS Selma. The SS Selma was launched on June 28, 1919, the same day the Treaty of Versailles was signed. Built in Mobile, Alabama, and named after the nearby town of Selma. The SS Selma is the largest concrete ship out of the 12 that were built. The ship is 430 feet long and weighed at 7,500 tons. What makes this ship so interesting is that it's made out of concrete. The reason for that is the shortage of steel during World War I. Woodrow Wilson, who was the 28th U.S. President, commissioned experimental vessels to be constructed. A reinforced lightweight concrete. Of the 43 concrete ships were ordered, 31 were canceled and 12 built. It was built to serve as a tanker, specifically designed to transport oil and other liquid cargo. The SS Selma never saw action and it never left the Gulf of Mexico. This is because World War I ended the same day the ship was launched. So later, the SS Selma was instead put to use as a civilian oil tanker. On May 31st, 1920, the SS Selma was on her way to Mexico to pick up their inventory and struck a jetty near Tampico, Mexico, ripping a 60-foot tear in the hull. If you're not familiar with what a jetty is, it's a man-made structure that protrudes from land out into water. The ship was then towed back to Galveston for repairs, and over the next 2 years, endured several attempts at repairing the ship and nothing worked. Well, for one, the shipyard workers didn't have any experience dealing with concrete ships, and two, it was very expensive to fix. So the plans to fix the SS Selma were abandoned in April of 1922. So from here, anything that had value on the ship was stripped and auctioned off. On March 8, 1922, 1 mile out on Galveston Bay, a trench 1,500 feet long and 25 feet deep was dug so that the SS Selma had a final resting place. The next day, on March 9, 1922, The ship was brought out to her watery grave, and now sits just 1 mile north of Seawolf Park in Galveston, Texas. Sometime down the road, someone bought the SS Selma, and there had been plans to bring her back to life. This includes a luxurious resort, oyster farm, or a fishing pier. Sadly, all these ideas never came to be. There is a rumor going around that the current owner that owns the SS Selma throws a birthday party once a year celebrating the ship's history. In 1994 or 1995, the SS Selma was later added to the National Register of Historical Places. There is a Texas plaque talking about its history that is located in Seawolf Park in Galveston, Texas. Join me as I kayak 1 mile out to explore what's left of the ship. Finally made it on the outside of the SS Selma. Look at this thing. Well, it is a rocky day today, I'll tell you that. Woo! Kayak's rubbing up against the ship. Not trying to, but they got the waves. If I remember correctly, this entire ship is made of concrete. Built back in 1919. Over 100 years old. Thank you for the person to let me borrow their kayak. You know who you are? Shout you out. It is ridiculously rough on the water today, I'll tell you that. Oh my goodness, that was an adventure. First off, I was trying to see if I could film it sitting in the kayak. The waves are just way too powerful out here. Oh my goodness. I'm already soaking wet. My drone's wet, my GoPros are wet, my wallet's wet, everything is wet. Was it worth it? Yes. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get exploring. This is something I've been wanting to check out for a very long time. Also, turn the camera around. Friend, he's got his drone right there. He's droning me. Hopefully he'll let me use some of my footage, or his footage. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm just tired. Okay, let's get this going. Look at all that water just coming in. This boat goes a lot further out, way out there, and I'm obviously not going out there because it is very slippery. Look at that. Just sliding my hand across it. Ugh, I don't know what that is, algae or something. That is nasty, and I really don't want to slip, especially on this ship. This is definitely something you got to be very careful out here coming to do. It's very cool, but you need to be very, very careful. See a rope tied up right here going down into the ship. such a beautiful day out here, even though it's windy. And this is the only time I'm going to do this, so I'm curious of how well the audio is going to be. I didn't bring my little microphone to protect it against the wind. Anyways, I kayaked way out there. It's about a mile to get to this ship. I think these are like rebars or something. The whole ship is made of concrete. I see a ladder that goes down into another chamber. There's an echo. There are holes throughout this entire ship. I'm walking very slowly, so my life is not worth to die out here. Even though this is a very sketchy adventure, very dangerous, I had to come check this out. Look how rough that water is. That's what I was going through the closer I got to the ship. It's gonna be interesting when I leave though. So I decided to take one of my GoPros and a selfie stick and stick it down these holes on the ship to see what I can see underneath the water. Somebody left a chair out here, so they must have been doing fishing or something, I guess. I don't know, it's my guess. Somebody placed fake duck right here. Oop, I almost fell. That's pretty interesting. Got some line tied up to it too. I'm not gonna mess with it any more than I did. Whew. Can't imagine how much further down that goes. There's somebody's shoe right here. Whew. I don't want to be any closer than I need to be. When your friend is spying on you while exploring. He's just making sure I'm okay out here, because it's just me. And like I said, this entire ship has a lot of holes throughout it. One mistake is all it takes. There's a big one right there. There's one right there. Slippery slope, whatever, out there. Massive hole. You get it. You understand what I'm trying to say. Walking on the rebar. There's the concrete that I'm walking on. Here's a section of the ship that's dry where you can actually see inside of it. No, I'm not going down there. There is really no point for me to go down there. Besides, how would I get back up? That is unbelievable. Awesome. I don't think that even made any sense. I'm excited to be here, to be honest. SS Selma. So I'm making my way to the other part of the ship. Look down there. Whew. Looks like there's a section that's pretty much dry and then it just keeps going further down, filled with water. I would hate to fall down there just like those other holes. Oh, seeing the first sign of graffiti out here. Not surprised. Oh, actually two. One on the here and one in there. Yep. Where there's graffiti, there's human beings. Yeah, this is the front of the ship. I'm walking slow. All right, let me point the camera down. Why? So you see those 2 holes right there? 4 holes actually. There's one right there. How far can I get you down with that? Oh, whoo-hoo. I see some wood down there. It's part of the ship, I'm pretty sure. Man, that is terrifying. All right, let's get back up. Again, I'm going very slowly. Very slowly. I don't know exactly how well this part of the ship is. Though it's made of concrete, you still got to be very careful. Oh my goodness. Oh, there is a lot more graffiti in here than I thought there would be. Yeah, people have definitely found their way here. So these 2 holes I should look at left and right are where the anchors would go down into the water. They start from there, obviously, and then work its way down those tunnels into the water. I am so glad there's somebody outside right now watching me. My friend and some other random people. Yeah, this part of the ship is, there's no water down there. Well, besides that, I'm sorry. I'm looking at 2 different, I'm showing you one thing, looking at something else. Yeah, down here, there's absolutely no water. Wow, this is just magnificent. Honestly, I think this is the coolest part of the ship, just because there's no water. I don't know, it's interesting to see something like this old, over 100 years old. 1919 is when it was built, and this is 2025. Man, I cannot get over this. I really can't. Again, I'm thankful that there's somebody out there watching me while I do this. I don't know who they are. It's just they're doing some fishing out there. They're staying close by the ship. Thank you for them, actually. Thank you so much. You know how cool it would be to go down there, but no, not today. Not today. I'm not on my watch. But I'm gonna put you back down there so you can look one more time. That is just terrifying. One wrong move and that is it. That's why you got to be very careful when you come to these places. Houses, schools, abandoned ships, you name it. You got to be very careful coming to these places. Again, for the 3rd time, be very careful if you come here, because you just don't know what could happen. It's slippery, there's holes, there might be mystery holes, you name it. I got a little porthole here you can look out. More graffiti like usual. Tiffany loves Dustin. February 24th, 2008. Wow, that was some time ago. I think that was 17 years ago. Again, here's another porthole you can look out. It's all along the walls, these portholes is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense. I'm just trying to be very careful for my safety. I know you enjoy the videos, but I gotta be careful too. This was definitely a really good adventure. Very scary. It is definitely up there. I enjoyed every minute being on the SS Selma, if that's how you say it. Yeah, if you do come out here, please be careful. It's not safe. It's very dangerous, and you got to watch out where you're stepping. Again, the experience coming here, 10 out of 10. No questions asked. No complaints, nothing on the lines of that. All right, well, now it's time for me to pack up, get out into this water, and go all the way back to shore, way over there. It is a good mile to go way back there. I made it to the kayak. Now, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to film. I think I got everything. Yeah, I got everything. Woo. There's the boat behind me. There's the ship behind me. Hey. Yeah, paddling filming is very difficult. I didn't realize how hard it is. Woo! Man, that was an adventure. There we go. Now I now have a moment where I can actually. Whoa! I don't go that way. I don't want to get sucked into that ship. No, thank you. Wow. Man, that is one big concrete ship. I'm sorry the filming is not the best right now because I'm trying to get home. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. There she is. Whew, that was definitely explore. Sorry, I'm a little nervous at the moment. It's just me out here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ship. Ship is out there, the kayak's here, and I am here. Whew. I am wet. Came in on the shore, whoop, got me all wet. Oh, just found some. Just found a penny. Well, at least I made it through the hard part. Now I just got to drag the kayak over there, go get my car and load it up.